Come on in, everybody. Come on in. Come on in, my kings and queens. Come on in. That's not what we're doing here. How's everybody doing on this wonderful Wednesday? Y'all come on in and join me. Come on in, everybody, my royal angels. Come on into the palace. All of my kings and my queens. I'm waiting on everybody to get in here. Give y'all a few minutes to get in here. Let me make sure they ain't tripping. Hold up, y'all. Okay. Hey, Ann. Y'all, wait a minute. Hey, Tracy, how you doing, baby? Come on in, my lovelies. I love y'all so much. Y'all come on in here. Come on in here. Come on in here. Let me tell y'all. Let me tell y'all. Hey, Nyoki. Yes, how is everyone enjoying this wonderful Wednesday? I'm checking on some of y'all because I got a luncheon today. Hello, Linda. Y'all, I know that's right. Hey, Suki. Very blessed. I'm so blessed. More blessed than you can even imagine. Like, hey, and Tiffany. Hey, T. Hannah. The devil tried to give me some disappointment this morning, but I was refusing to have it, y'all. I'm telling you, I was just refusing to have that disappointment. It's been trying all starting the weekend, but I refuse because when God promises you something, he does not go back on his word, period, point blank. So no matter what's going on around you, you just got to hold on to that faith and that favor that you have and know that God will do. He will not disappoint you. His word is bond that you can depend on his word. And you can trust him and you can believe him that he will never let you down. Yellow is your favorite color? That's what's up. And after the magnificent things that I have been seeing that has been transpiring in my life, I can't afford to let the enemy get any victory. I can't afford to let him see me break in no kind of shape, form, or fashion. It is not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And a lot of the times, we always think that, y'all make sure y'all hit the like and the share button, please. 1 second, y'all. Okay. Hey, Lisa. Ooh, okay. Fix my clothes. Yes, a lot of the times, you know, when a blessing is about to happen, when you're about to receive a breakthrough, when doors are about to be open, when your life is about to change for the better, and you're trying to take those steps and you've done the work. You've actually done the work. Hey, Linda. Hey, Lucille. For those things to transpire in your life. A lot of the times the enemy will come in so many ways. I don't know how many of you were on last night and saw my live last night. What when I was talking about the homeless lady, and also about the situation that happened between me and my cousin, my favorite cousin. Hey, Dawn. And it's so that she is too. Speaking of my cousin, the prior weekend she was here, we were talking about so many things, and she's like, where I'm usually the counselor and the advisor for everybody because I'm the oldest. She has really been my counselor, my advisor, my spiritual advisor. She has truly been. Y'all gotta hold up, because I get all in my feelings when I talk about her, because I love her so much. It's the wrap for you. She has really been my strength. When I couldn't lean on nobody else, I had her. And she don't even know that, of how much of an importance that she has been playing in my life. In so many ways. And she keeps me on track. And I do get emotional when I talk about her. And she has been so spot on and so accurate about a lot of things. And she stay fussing at me now. Because I'm the oldest, but I think I'm supposed to be telling her what to do. But no, lately she be on me. But it's all in love, and it's the truth. And she's more of my protector. She protects me. Where I'm protecting everybody, she's protecting me. And so she had spoke on something. I'd be doggone if it didn't happen. You my boo too, boo. If it didn't happen. And it was so funny. But sometimes disappointments are not always bad. Sometimes disappointments can be blessings in disguise. Because even when that happens, y'all never see me come here and bash my cousin. I never do that. Because I know how the enemy plays, and how the enemy wants to come and conquer and divide and cause chaos and confusion when you're on a good track, and it wants to take away the very thing that's going to keep you more powerful, with strength, motivation, and protected. The enemy don't want that. He got to get you, separate you from that, so it'll be easier for him to come in and divide and destroy you the way that he wants to. So you can't allow that. You got to stay on your P's and Q's at all times. And so she spoke on this because we was talking about something, pictures and how we do. And she spoke on it, and it did. But let me show you something. That disappointment allowed me to refocus even more. It allowed me to step outside of the box and to check myself. It allowed me to understand, to not be selfish, and to realize that she's going through something too. Oh, I know it's Miriam, that she's going through something too. It allowed me to keep in alignment with the way that God wants me to be in alignment in all areas, so that I can continue to walk in my purpose and walk in my journey and keep on the path that I am in, because I'm in the right direction. I'm heading in the right direction, and I'm doing the work, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be. I'm in total alignment. And I've been checking myself on a regular, believe that. Because like I've been telling y'all, I don't point fingers at people. I make I statements. It's all about me cleaning up my front yard, my house, and getting myself in order. I can't speak on nobody else. I could only speak on me. And I want to be better than what I am. No one is perfect. No, I'm not perfect by a long shot, but I want to be better than what I am, especially spiritually. So it allowed me to not get so caught up to where I couldn't pay attention to my family member, someone that I truly, truly love, and understand their pain and understand what they're going through, and not have sympathy or empathy or compassion for whatever, for their situation. And I had to not think about just me, even though, yes, I'm going through something. Sometimes you could be so wrapped up into what you're going through, and you can forget that someone else is going through just as well as you. A lot of the times we want to get angry or get mad about a person, stuff, and I spoke about this many a times. Don't be so quick to be in your feelings. He don't like how I can see what you can't at that moment. He wanted you to be alone and he wanted me alone. Exactly. You better say that. You better say it, girl. So, oh, hey, LaRonda, I'm glad you're able to finally view the live. Make sure you hit the like and the share for me, please. Make sure you share it as much as possible. Y'all, let me keep seeing them hearts go up. I love it. So, with that being said, you have to understand that other people be going through some things too. And sometimes, you know, especially when you're grieving, when a person is grieving, they're going to have different emotions. It's going to be up, down, especially when they haven't had time to really grieve. Like me, with my grieving process, from day one, nobody knew. My cousin knew. I would walk around that parking lot every day, every morning, crying, boo-hooing for my child. That pain was horrible. But when y'all would see me, all tears gone, I'm coming straight to motivate you, to make you feel better, because I didn't feel good, but didn't mean that you had to feel that way. I wanted to make someone else feel good, and I know that's what my son would want me to do. I know he would want me to push and keep doing what I was doing, and that's why I go as hard as I do. But I also realized that I needed to grieve as well, that I needed to allow that process. And so when I began to allow that process, because I was going through different emotions, and sometimes you take your anger out on people that you love, and they haven't done anything, you don't mean to, but it happens, you know, that because that's the closest person to you, and you just lash out. Not that you're meaning to it. When you got so much coming and it's hitting you all at one time, and you have to deal with everyday life is enough. And then also dealing with grieving, losing someone that you really, really care about, the hurt, the pain, the way that they were taken away from you. It wasn't like they were sick or died of natural causes, that they was actually taken away by a human, another human. Yes, we wear different faces in public and we are made strong in private. It's a battle. It is. And so with me, I said, you know what? I gotta allow this process, because this is not good. Oh, I know, Tamarian, you know, and I see yours too, baby. And I had to remember, you know, I thought about how I was when my brother passed, and my cousin was right there with me. She know that was really, really painful. A lot of people probably thought I was going crazy, but she didn't, you know, because of the conversations. They were some wild conversations, but I knew only she would understand where I was coming from, and she didn't judge me. She didn't say, you know what, you something's wrong with you. No, she didn't. She listened. She let me talk. She let me vent. With my son, same way. You know, I had to take a look at certain things when it pertained to my son's father. I had to understand that I'm not the only one grieving, that he is grieving too. That he has emotions, and you know, we don't know how to cope. Sometimes you don't know how to cope with that grief. You don't. And it all come out, and it sometimes not in the best way. You know, but I had a chance to look at some other things, and sometimes we take a lot of things for granted. But it's the small things. When you can pay attention to the small things and find the greatness in the very, very small things that people often overlook, then you get it. You are now walking in the path that you should be. So, you know, when that lady, the homeless lady, came up to me last night, and we're talking about a homeless person who don't have anything, but she wanted to do something for me. When I tell you that's the most humbling experience, that's an humbling experience, you know. So therefore, you can't get upset about a whole bunch of stuff that you probably would get upset about, because look at people that are in a less they don't have as much as you. You got a roof over your head. You got a roof over your head. You got food to eat every day. You got transportation. This lady has nothing but a cart full of her belongings. She has no home. She don't know where her next meal is going to come from. But when I asked her, could I buy her something to eat, she wouldn't allow that. She said she was full. She only took what she needed. That's a lesson. She only took what she needed. And she was not greedy. We live in a world where there's people that are so greedy that they have everything that they need and they still want more. And even with the more that they get, they're still not happy. They're still not happy. You know. So sometimes those disappointments are really blessings in disguise, because what the devil meant for your bad, you have to let it, you have to see how God wants to use it for your good. Another prime example, I've been on my business. I've been handling my business. So a lot of my people that support me don't use Cash App, but they want to order from me. And so I had to find a system that I can use. So I started using this trial system. And the first time I did a trial run on the system, hey Darlise, it held the money for 5 to 7 days, which was cool. Because they said after then you won't have any problems. Fine. I don't need no problems. All I needed the system for was invoices, so that when I send it, you can be able to pay for the merchandise for supporting me. Thank you, Damon. So, I already had sent the customer her merchandise. I won't call her that. I call her Queen, because she's always in here. She's been very supportive, and because I knew she would pay, and she did, and the payment went through. But then they wanted to hold the payment up. Come on now. I'm like, really? Now just think if I was dealing with somebody that I didn't know. I called them folks because I was really heated. I said, no, I just want my money. Y'all don't even have to worry about me using this system again. Period. They wanted me. They said it was for my protection. I don't need your protection right now. They wanted me to give them my bank statements. Now we talking about I'm doing a trial offer, okay? Trial to see if I want to continue to use the system. All I'm doing is using invoices. They wanted a lot of personal information. I was like, no, we're not doing that. So they wouldn't release the funds to me, but it was a way in the system that I can go and reverse the payment. And I said, I'm so glad that I deal with honest people, that my royal family is honest, to where I can release this payment and I know that they will send the payment back directly to me. They will find a way to do that. Sure enough, I got it reversed. So I said, I sent her an email saying that I'm sending you love too. Thank you, Renee. I said that I did a reverse payment, so you'll be getting your money back on your card 3 to 5 business days. She said, no problem. Let me make sure you get paid. See what I mean? That's the kind of people, my family, my royal family, you all. That's why I love y'all so much. I don't want nobody else's followers. I don't, because them followers fit that person. I want the followers that God has for me. And I don't call y'all followers. I call y'all family. Now, that was a disappointment. Let me show you the blessing in disguise. When I called her, she was like, girl, let me make sure you get paid. She said, you know, I don't have such and such, but I'm going to make sure you get it. She said, what you need? I said, no, just pay for, you know, your items. I said, but you should either get them today or tomorrow, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, my sister sent them all out on Friday. So, I mean, was it Saturday? Might have been Saturday. She's like, no, I'm going to send you more. I said, you don't have to do this. She said, no, I want to. She said, that's just for you. So you see how that disappointment was still a blessing for me. It was still a blessing. And you have to be so humble to where you can receive that blessing. You can receive the message that God wants you to see. A lot of times we miss the message. The most simplest thing that people don't pay attention to and overlook is the message that you need to give. But if you got those blinders and those blockers on, you will never see it. You'll never get to really enjoy the goodness that God has placed right in front of you. You will miss it and still be eyeing what somebody else has and looking at the blessing somebody else have and being envious. You envious for nothing because he's giving you something even greater. And it was for your eyes to see first. Hey, Trilly, before anybody else could see it. That's how special it was. Thank you, Angie, for the stars, Queen. That's how special it was. Another call about something. And I said, you know what? I'm not going to worry about that because God got this, because I'm obedient and I move like God wants me to move. Hi, LaShondra. I move like God wants me to move, so I know he got this. This is only a test. This to see if I'm going to pass this test or fail this test. I should be at a point where I'm able to pass this. I'm at that point where I trust God no matter what the situation look like. It might, the situation might not, it might look like it's not even in my favor at all. And I need it to be in my favor because of other pressing issues all around me. I do not fall. I do not break. I do not crack. I do not give up. I don't say, I don't worry. It is what it is. It's going to be what it's going to be, and it's going to do what it's going to do. All I can do is let God lead me from that point. It's in your hands, God. You got this, and I'm going to move myself out of the equation. I'm going to move myself out of the way. I'm not going to try to fix or do anything. I'm going to let you do what you do best, and I'm going to stand to the side, and when it's ready, you're going to let me know. A lot of the times we want to do what we want to do, and it's not always the best thing. Hey, Katoya. Oh, really, Katoya? That's awesome. You know, but when you let God do what he promised you he would do for you and hold on to your faith and know that you got favor, you'd be surprised. There'll be so many blessings coming your way. It will just knock you out the box. But in the meantime, that's the enemy trying to come in and distract you so you can't see the goodness of God. So you can't see the goodness of his blessing. So you can't see the goodness of God's mercy. So you can't see the goodness of just how far God has brought you. I was talking to another queen, a boss. I said, I don't want, the circle that I have is full of bosses and spiritual women. That's all I want to surround myself, because you are what you invite into your circle. I don't want to be the leader. I want everybody that's rocking with me to be leaders. I want everybody in my circle to be bosses. I'm a boss, you a boss. If you're not and you want to be, we're going to make sure you get to that point. We're going to all network together and we're going to push each other to the next level. And to the next level, you're going to be going right there with me. Ain't no me looking down on you. No, we're going to be looking eye to eye. And we was talking about some wonderful things. And we was talking about how we started out. How God test you to see where is your faith. To see, are you humble enough to receive the blessing that he got for you? Because he got a lot of great blessings for you. But faith without works is dead. You got to put some work in order to get something out. Just like if you want to eat, you got to go earn some money to be able to get your food. Come on. And I remember I asked God for a certain job and he gave it to me. And I said, I remember when I had to be up at 3, 4 o'clock in the morning. It's cold as I don't know what. And it's still dark outside, but I had to catch the bus. Thank God I had money to catch the bus. See, we missed the blessing. That was the blessing. And I was complaining. I'll never forget this day. I was complaining walking up that hill to that bus stop, and it was cold outside. It was early in the morning. Everybody still sleeping and warm. I was complaining. I was saying, should nobody have to get up? Should nobody have to get up this early in the morning to go to work? I love you too, cousin. I'm fussing. But as I get on the bus, I noticed that the bus lady was in very good spirits, and it's early in the morning. I know she had to be up earlier than me. I said, So then I got kind of quiet. So God went through with me. He said, I'm finna show you some. So we get to the bus station, to the terminal, to where, and I'm going to tell y'all more about that situation, why I was really fussing some more. Because my job was only 15 minutes away. But the bus didn't go there, so I had to catch the bus to go to the terminal to catch another bus to take me to the street, take me to where, close to where I could get to my job. That was going to take an hour and something. So I'm going to tell y'all about that too. So as I get off the bus, y'all, I see this man, cold. He didn't even have on a jacket, y'all, and it was cold. Girl, to me, it probably was. I think it was. And when I got off and I see this man didn't have nowhere to go, which I was on the bus and I was warm. But he probably ain't no telling how many hours he'd been there because he was homeless. Y'all, I started crying. I did. Because I had to realize how blessed I was. And I was just being, I don't know. That wasn't right when I was being all that complaining. I got humble real quick. And I told God I was sorry. Forgive me for being so ungrateful. You did, boo? Okay. I said, I'm sorry, Lord, for being so ungrateful. I said, here this man is. He's cold as I don't know what out here. But I can get to some warmth, and he can't. God went through with me yet. Y'all remember I told y'all it was a doggone shame that somebody had to get up this early in the morning to go to work in the cold and in this time of morning. Remember I said that, right? So when the bus came that I had to catch to get to my job, y'all, the bus was so packed, it was standing room only. You don't hear me. I got on the bus and I took a look. I couldn't do nothing but tell God, thank you. When I tell you, changed my whole perspective on what I was looking at and what I was feeling. It changed my whole perspective. I said, look at all of these people going to work. Look at all of these people this time of morning, and baby, they ready to go. On go. When I tell you, we was all the seats was taken, and you had to stand up, and I'm talking about you was standing like this, close just like that. Thank you, Deja, for the stars. And I remember saying, I got to walk to my job. And where I had to walk at, the area is not really a good area, but it's like all of the plants are in this area. Thank you again, Deja, for the stars, queen. And I said, my cousin had gave me a pocket knife, and I had some mace. Okay. So I noticed one of the guys, a younger guy, got off at another stop. And I was like, ooh, I don't know. And he was the one I was talking to. So as I'm getting off the bus, and it's pitch black now, and I got to walk by myself, I'm a female. There was another man that got off the bus with me. And he was asking me directions. And I said, look like we're going the same way. Let me show you how God worked. God placed that angel right there with me to walk me to make sure I was safe. I got to my stop where I had to go to work at first, and he had to keep on going down the road. Don't tell me what God won't do. When you do what you're supposed to do, he got the rest. You make one step and he gonna do the rest. So the next day, I'm looking for the guy to walk with me, because I know he got to go to work. I didn't see him. Now, keep in mind, the younger guy got off at us way before we did. But today, he got off at my stop. And I said, okay. I'm noticing what God is doing. See, a lot of times you'll miss that. If you ain't your mind is not in the right place, and you're not in alignment, and you're not paying attention to all the blessings that God is bestowing upon you, you will miss it. Because a lot of people think when you win the lottery, that's God's blessing you, and that's gonna make you happy. That's what's important. No, baby, because you can't even take that money with you. But that favor you can. That favor gets you indoors, that money can't. So he ended up, we was talking, and the young boy was trying to tell me about some issues he was having, and we had a good talk. He said, I'm so glad I was able to talk to somebody. And he walked me safely to my job. Okay. Now, keep in mind, we never, hey, baby, I see you. I never saw anybody. I know trucks coming down this road, but not that time of morning, okay? So this particular, the next day, I did not, hey, Java, I love you, baby. I did not see my little angels, my road partners. You remember me telling this story a while back? Okay. So I ain't seen my partners no more. So I'm looking crazy. I get off. I call my cousin. He ain't answer, but I still had my mace in my pocket now. He didn't answer. But as I'm walking, I noticed that there were trucks lined up down the road. It was at least 6 trucks, y'all. And they had their lights on. It was like they were lighting the way for me. God was showing, I still got you. Okay, Miss Debbie, hit my inbox, baby. Inbox me, sweetheart, and let me know who you are, and then I'll tell you how to do it. Okay, baby? Thank you, sweetie. So I was like, God, you just so amazing. You still make sure your angels are there to protect me and to watch over me. So after a minute, I didn't even have to catch the bus no more, because now my check's rolling in, y'all. But see, that first part of that message was for me to be humble and to be grateful. And God wanted to see just how bad I wanted it. I got up every morning. I didn't miss a day of work, and I was always on time. Matter of fact, the job that I went to, they usually don't even let you come back. I was going through the temp service. They usually don't let you come back after you'd been there, but it was how. Oh, thank you, Shonda. Thank you for the stars, Queen. It was how I left the first time. He noticed I had issues going on, and I explained it to him. But what I did was I sent him a message, and I said, thank you so much for giving me the opportunity. I appreciate you. I appreciate everything that your company has done for me. And, you know, at this time, I'm just going through some things that I need to, you know. But he remembered me. And he said, okay. He kept me. The job I had to do, y'all, was so easy. Oh, thank you, Debbie, Miss Debbie. It was so easy. The first time I went to that place, that job was hard as I don't know it. This time, y'all, God, I had to laugh. I said, God, you got jokes. You got jokes, right? All I was doing, y'all, was taking... I had to pull like a certain amount of plastic. They were the water bottles that y'all use, that they put the water in, because I work for a plastic container place. I had to put them in the thing that chops them up real fine and to be reused or whatever. I was knocking it out so fast, y'all. It was so easy. It was hot, but I had a fan, and my job was easy. When I say easy, hey, Miss Addie, you know I love you, the Raw Squad in the house. It was so easy, y'all. I said, Lord, you just keep getting greater and greater. You just awesome. The first time I worked for that place, they was not paying that much money. This time when I went, the pay was real, real good. My job was so easy, y'all. And so I was like, Lord, I need a permanent job because I'm trying to move and I'm trying to do this. That's what I was doing, Miss Daddy, the shredder. I was putting the stuff in the shredder, sure was. Knocking it down. Easiest job ever. The only thing you had to deal with was the heat. But honey, I was dumping them things in there so fast, baby, you couldn't tell me that. And I'd go back, I was knocking them out. And the boss was like, you've done a lot of work. The person that we had here beforehand, that whole section was still full. You'd have knocked everything out. I'm gonna have to find you some more work. So y'all, they was going through some kind of transition to where we had to be off. So, you know, of course, we ain't got no job now. I wasn't even worried, y'all. It was like around the time I'm trying to move. I was supposed to have panicked, but I didn't. Because I knew God had me. And I knew that he just wasn't going to do me like that. Let me tell y'all something. I needed a week off. I got that week. I think it might have been a week or two off. They called me back and said, they want you back. I'm thinking it was the same place. It's the same company, but they had a sister company that was down the street, around the corner. So I go there to the same place. So I just started doing what I was doing. They all wanted me there anyway. But I was at the wrong plant, y'all. So the lady called me and said, they saying you're not there. I said, yes, I am here. She said, wait a minute, which one are you at? And I told her which one I was at. She said, no, you at the wrong one. And so they didn't want the place where the first one didn't want me to leave. They was like, well, can we keep her and we send somebody else? And the ladies, the HRs tried to work it out. She was like, nope, they want her. They have heard so many great things about her that they want her. Y'all can get somebody else, but they insist that they want her. So when I was saying what I'm finna go and do over there, they said, housekeeping. That's what they said. She said, but you ain't gotta mop no floors or nothing like that. You ain't gotta touch. You ain't gotta with no hard work. I said, really? And they said, yeah. I said, I'll take it. I said, I'll take it. See, I didn't say, no, that ain't something I want to do. I said, I'll take it. And that's where I went. And I said, as I had to dust mop, y'all. And, you know, pick the bottles up if the bottles were on the floor. Guys helped me do that anyway. It was nothing hard to do. They had to find work for me to do because it was just that easy. And then I passed by the quality control office and I said, I would love to do that. Let me tell y'all something. And I said, I need a permanent. I wasn't there 3 days before I got offered a full-time job there. And guess what? In quality control. Y'all know I ain't got no doggone bachelor in none of that. Nope. But I got that job, and that's one of the requirements. You got to have a bachelor's degree. You got to have a whole bunch of other kind of stuff. I ain't got none of that. But I got hired. Sure did. They taught me that stuff so quick, I had to work that following weekend by myself. I had to write stuff down, and I had to remember it. I did not get the proper training. I had to train myself, and the guys that had been there for many years on the floor would tell me things that I needed to do. I was still catching a bus. But guess what? God elevated me. Yes. God elevated me. I started getting a ride. No, I started taking Uber. I was spending out like $200 a week to get home and get back, and I was working a lot. That's another story. I'm gonna say that one too. But see, that's them levels. You got to go through them levels. It's levels to this thing. But when you show that you're humble and you're willing to put in the work to receive the blessing, to receive the greatness of it all, that you'll put in that work so you can get the results that you want, God got you. He gonna do the rest. So just know that some disappointments are blessings in disguise. Y'all, I was getting mad because I didn't want to go to the other place. But then I had to think about it. I said, God, maybe something else waiting on me there, and I just don't know what it is. So let me stop fussing. And I take that back. I take that back. And look, when I went there, how I got hired. And then they told me the pay go up. They was already paying me good. They said, oh, your pay go up. What? Yeah. I went from being on the floor to in the office. They would see me on the floor maybe 4 times. I'm going to collect bottles because I had to collect bottles at a certain time. And I had to test those bottles. It was a lot of work into it, but you can make it fit to you to where you get everything done. It really wasn't all that hard, but it was, but it wasn't. You just had to know what you was doing. Because you had to check those bottles, because if some bottles go out that's leaking, that ain't right, that's a complaint. You see what I'm saying? So you had to know what you was doing. I learned some things that I didn't even know how to do, y'all. Like, for real. But I'm going to tell y'all about the Uber later. I just wanted to drop in and tell y'all this, but I got to go because my phone about to go dead too. So y'all remember, say the Uber. I'm going to tell y'all the next level to the success. It's levels to this thing. You don't just hit CEO. You don't just hit CEO overnight. No. You got to start at the bottom. It's levels to this thing. Like when you baking a cake, you can't just twinkle your nose and you get a full cake. Now you got to go get them ingredients. You got to mix them just right. You got to make sure that oven the right temperature. It's levels to this thing. I love y'all. I'll tell y'all the rest later. Enjoy the rest of your day.